Hell yeah, it's finally happening!
Mr. Claude, everyone is now welcome to board. I United Flight 1263 with outbound service to Denver.
Hey everybody, Brian Zane here. I'm here at the airport and I'm super excited. I'm getting ready to make my JCW debut this week. That's right, I'm talking about Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Whoop whoop. This is something that's actually been in the works for a very long time. I'm actually going to be playing a different character, and I'll explain a little more as this vlog goes on, but I can't wait to show you this crazy adventure I'm about to go on. It's a long time coming, many years in the making. Young Brian Zane is freaking out.
So now quick to one for United Flight 1263 to Dallas, Colorado.
It is Tuesday morning here in Charlotte, and I'm just getting the Claude costume ready. That's right, I am not playing Brian Zane for this JCW loop. I am actually debuting a version of Claude. Now, longtime viewers of the channel know that Claude has been an eccentric French model. This is going to be a bit of a different spin on that, and I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. I was wondering, like, how will I do in this role? Because it's, you know, it's performing, it's playing a role. It should be no different than what I do typically, but it does feel that way.
For the juggalos, lights out, and we creep to the piggy station and lay on the horn. First piggy out, we blow his lungs out his uniform. Now they in pursuit, like Starsky and Hutch. But there's only two of them, the rest are out to lunch. They call the Dunkin' Donuts, the Dunkin' of the rest. 45 babies with their bulletproof vest.
So we're here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We just arrived at the venue, the Hall Memorial Auditorium. It's this huge place. I can't wait to go inside. But literally the minute I walked out here, I met some great friends, great juggalos, and they just happened to have a whole bunch of Faygo in the back of their car. And, you know, it's amazing. I've never had Faygo before, and so I'm going to do a taste test right here. I do it for the content. Here we go. This is the Bubble Pop bubblegum flavor. Here we go. Almost choked a little bit on it. That's great. This is very good, very good. I can't wait to huck this at someone's head tonight.
Look at all this. It's the mother load.
You're getting a look at the new and improved JCW edition of Claude. He is a model no more, and now he is the very eccentric artiste. But when he is done thrashing and manipulating the wood, it turns into a lovely statue of something very copyright protected, which would get me sued if I showed it to you. But believe me, I can handle canvas. Claude handles the wood.
This will get you content flagged on YouTube. I don't want to hear about you handling and reshaping your wood like that. This is abhorrent, it's repugnant, and I'm on board.
The look felt complete, but was I ready? I don't know. It was time to show the Claudster off to the man in charge, the Duke of JCW himself, Violent J.
Thanks.
Good. Well, hopefully the world will
Appreciate Claude.
Yes, they will, brother. I guarantee it. I know for a fact we've been planning on doing this for so long. You're gonna knock it out of the park, bro.
Thank you for your confidence. It's so funny because when you first wanted me to play Claude, I was kind of like, you know, I was like, sure you don't want me to be Brian Zane? And then like the more I, you know, thought about it, I really like embraced it more and more because I realized watching Lunacy, it's my character.
It's big about characters, yeah. We like that old school feel, you know?
JCW's got some old school roots as well, so to speak. They've been around for about a quarter of a century, beginning as a side project for Jay and Shaggy 2 Dope. But Lunacy, which debuted back in August of last year, is this whole different beast from what came before it. The look and production are as good as it gets for an independent promotion. And talking to folks behind the scenes, it's clear that this is not the same company as it was back when Vampiro showed up on WCW TV with their belt, or even in the mid-2000s when Slam TV was a thing. The happy-go-lucky, chaotic vibes remain the same, but they are miles away from the Juggalo Championship wrestling days of old.
You know, because we've always had the support of the Juggalos. But our main goal is to show what these Juggalos, what kind of wrestling promotion these Juggalos can put on.
for all wrestling fans.
It's no longer offensive for the sake of offensive.
We understand our old product was a very unique one, an acquired taste, if you will. We understand that, but that's not the way things are anymore. You know, we want an honest shot to be considered with the MLWs and the GCWs, you know what I mean?
The characters seen each week on Lunacy are obviously the lifeblood of JCW. It's a mixture of indie wrestling mainstays, company OGs, original creations, even some active legends.
I mean, just to see the way they pop for like Luigi Primo.
The Brothers of Instruction are an amazing clown tag team in a clown wrestling federation.
You know, Colby Carino, the Southern Six, Caleb Connery, George South, my father Ricky Morton's part of this.
Your fans understand. But see, me being who I am and being older, I adjust to them. It's the way our business is. You know, you have to change with the times. And this is all about changing with the times and with going with what they want. So that's what I try to do.
This is a great place for young people to learn and be spotted, but it's also a place where like you're going to see the most viral sensations, you know, people who figure out a way to make it work, like cocaine.
I've been having so much fun watching the people go nuts for cocaine. I love cocaine.
I love cocaine.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah.
More than any other prominent organization out there, JCW is a world that really emphasizes the colorful and the kooky. It's a world that has some people feeling nostalgic.
I saw a comment the other day somebody showed me. It said, JCW is the closest thing that makes me feel like when I was a kid watching old school WWF.
It makes me feel like a kid again, like I did when I watched JCW growing up.
This is as close as you're going to get to modern day ECW 1997 in the bingo hall in downtown Philadelphia. This is as close as you're going to get to that kind of controlled chaos. And that's everything that I loved as a kid in wrestling. So it makes my day every time to be part of JCW Lunacy.
Well, but you don't got to ask me how I feel about it. What you got to do is watch the TV program so you'll see what I'm talking about.
Nearly 40 episodes in at the time we're filming this, the stars of Lunacy seem to have found their groove. The talent's given this wide creative berth, and the fans have welcomed their zany cast of characters and misfits with open arms.
But it is guaranteed with JCW that every night you are performing in front of people who have never been to a live pro wrestling event.
There's nothing like the Juggalo crowd, how like intense their love and or hatred for you is in the ring.
And I feel like everybody has that opportunity to kind of take risks and go bigger, go weirder.
The confidence of all the wrestlers is just going up and up and up and up. And that's something I love to see it. I live for. I love to see my friends succeed.
You can't be a Juggalo and see anything crazier at JCW than you've seen before. If they're here to see ICP, they've seen crazy stuff, so they understand what's coming out to them, even if it's absurd, bizarre, crazy.
Wrestling started in the carnivals. What better place to be than an ICP show? We are in the middle of the Dark Carnival.
This is a land without irony. It does not occur to people. Everyone's genuinely enjoying this.
But will they enjoy my debut as Claude? That's what worries me the most going into this as I prepare for my segment with George South and my hired security for the next couple of nights, Don Furio. A few hours later, the doors are opening and JCW is officially underway.
The show has just started. The ice cream man is here. These juggalos are fired up. Juggalos, big and small, young and old. They're all here and they're feeling the love.
A little while later, it was finally time to face the music and enter La Galerie du Claude.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Gallery du Claude.
Our first time seeing Claude in JCW, and I understand he's he's a wealthy artist, right? And he's paid for some time to host a segment here on JCW Lunacy, and the guy he's got with him.
Bonjour, juggalos and juggalettes. Je m'appelle Claude. You are here to witness the reveal of Jean. Nobody here is cultured enough to enter my gallery.
Who dares crash the art exhibit?
Whoa!
Oh, talk about a Carolina legend here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The one and only George South.
This is the home of Juggaloo George. These people really don't care what you have to say.
Listen, we don't talk about the wrestling in my gallery. We don't talk about the headlocks or the slams.
I agree, fans.
We talk about moi and my art. And if you are not here to talk about either of those things, then you can get the hell out.
Juggalo George not going to take that lying down.
This place is absolutely packed here tonight.
Oh, he's begging. He's begging. And there's, oh no. Dom Furio, whatever the hell his name is.
It is now time for the grand opening.
Camel clutch.
My next one, come on, look at this. And then Juggaloos, look at this.
Oh,
look at this.
It was a setup this whole time. This Claude has come in, disrespecting a legend, but another legend was watching. Ricky Morton, the Battle Royal champion.
Yep, that was a very fun, bit of a chaotic scene there. That went about as well as I could have hoped for. Just really glad that the painting did not reveal itself before we were supposed to reveal it. You're very lucky in that regard. The crowd seemed very receptive to it. It's always good when they're making noise, and they made a lot of noise. And people in the back seemed happy with it. And yeah, one showdown, one more to go in Charlotte. I'm really happy with how Claude has come off in the early going, and can't wait to see what it's going to be like tomorrow.
I think it works. It works because it's such a 180 from what they expect and what they're into, and it's just so. It is such like looking down your nose at you vibes, which I think always hits a nerve with so many people. And for that to be, for that to work on chapter 1, roses are red and veggies are green. If you don't like that, you complain about weed.
As I soak it all in, seeing the Insane Clown Posse in concert for the first time while I avoid getting literally soaked in Faygo, I got to reflect on my JCW debut. I loved feeling the energy of that massive crowd, how they hated Claude right out the gate. It didn't go 100% perfect, but the segment still very much had the desired effect. And it gave me a lot to think about when Claude showed up again the following night in Charlotte. But if you want to see how that went down, you gotta watch Lunacy. Before we wrap this story up though, we gotta show some love to our favorite late night eatery.
Izzy, you certainly got the Faygo bath. How do you feel?
I feel like I've just been christened. Officially a jugglet now. That was spiritual.
A huge thank you to Violent J and JCW for giving me the chance to entertain the Juggalos as Claude, and I cannot wait for his return in the months to come. Be sure to check out JCW Lunacy on the Psychopathic Records YouTube channel every Thursday. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.